Hey F1 fans, welcome to another episode of Who Moved Up and Who Moved Down in the Formula One Team and Driver Championships. That's a mouthful. Let's take a look at what happened over the last two races, which were Netherlands and Italy. Starting with the teams. Okay, our first change up is between Kick Sauber and RB. Wow, RB's past Kick Sauber. I'm surprised because Kick Sauber has been on such good form. However, with Nico not even getting to start the second race and just really having a bad time in qualies, even though Bortoletto's been doing good, I guess they're just not scoring as many points as the RBs, who, had that podium incident. And I say incident with tongue in cheek. Wow, all the other teams are the same, but let's take a look. We have some real closeness here with RB now on the heels of Aston Martin. And yeah, Alonso's DNF doesn't help with that either. And Stroll has some good moments, but then he has some bad moments. So, wow, okay. And we don't have that much closeness. I suppose 20-ish points can turn around, but I'm not expecting a lot here unless Max's car is really back in good form, and then maybe Red Bull can pass Mercedes again. We'll see. I'll move on now to the drivers. Okay, what's first? First, we have a swapperoo between Albon and Antonelli. Yeah, Antonelli keeps racking up all these penalties for all kinds of things. So I guess, it's taking a toll. His teammate Russell is way up there at 194 and Antonelli's at 66, with Toto Wolff having some words to say about him not really putting up a good showing. And then Albon, he's just been getting a superstar. He's just been getting the most out of that car consistently too. Okay, this is interesting, but we have a swap, hardly a swap. We have Hadjar leaping. Wow, dude, from P13 in the championship to P9. This is a big deal. From 22 points up to 38 points. Wow. With, of course, surpassing Nico Hülkenberg, he didn't have a lot, 37 to 37, not a lot being 0. The did not start on the second race and no points on the first race. Wow, how quickly things can change. And now just 1 point separates them. Wow, okay, that was a big one. Okay, we have a couple of a little bit of mixing here with Ocon dropping. It's not really any fault of his own. He just keeps like a bad pit strategy, or he just pitted and then the safety car came out, so he was the only driver who lost out on the quicker pit stop and the guys around him. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Alonso not really dropping that much, a little bit. Oh my God, but significantly dropping below Stroll. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, no. Okay, sorry. Because Stroll is just not the most consistent driver, and the man has no personality. I don't know why. He just puts on that goofy grin. Every interview, he just goes, yep, nope, yep, next time. Like, oh my God. To be ahead of Alonso, two-time world champion. Okay. Anyway, Alonso did have a DNF, so he was, driving great, but then his suspension failed because he drove over those curbs one too many times, I guess, for the car. Wow, so there we have it. Stroll leading Alonso in the championship by 2 points. That hurts a little bit. Okay. Oh, we got a whole bunch of mixing at the back. That's kind of almost like two swaps there, with Sainz dropping. Oh my God, because Sainz keeps getting involved in collisions, once with Lawson and once with Ollie Behrman, I think. So one time, Saints was even given the penalty, which seemed wrong to a lot of people, not just himself. And the second time, I think the other guy got the penalty or no penalty. But again, you pick up damage and you're toast. So Saints is dropping, and this is very sad because look at him here in P18 with his teammate Alex going up from 8 to 7. 70 points and 16. Ouch! I didn't realize it was quite that bad. Anyway, but Saints is still a really, like, he's got the right attitude. He's like, yep, I'm gonna get this, car's gonna get better, and get the most out of every weekend. But just stuff's been happening, hasn't it? And the other ones here are, Yuki. Oh my goodness. He dropped down even further to P19, with the only driver below being one who hasn't had any points yet. Oh boy, I had such hopes for Yuki. Again though, like, it's always stuff. He actually qualified, where was it, P8 or something, P9? He was up there. And then he had a collision. I think it was Lawson. And he's funny, he said, it's always the same guy, always the same guy. I don't know what he's doing. So then he got damaged, and yeah, of course, you can't place well. And yeah, 10 points, 12 points. So he did get 2 points in the first race. Okay, good. I forgot about that. I'm sure I was excited at the time. Oh my gosh. So yeah, ouch. So we have 0 points now between Ollie Behrman and Carlos Saints. So they're tied. And if Carlos's horrible luck ever stops happening, yeah, he could get out of that. Meanwhile, Bortoletto is just in great form. Although where they are, you know, it's still an eking out of one or 2 points sometimes. So he's moved from 14 points to 18. So that's actually a lot for that team. And it's showing. Wow. Okay. Everyone else stayed the same. So let's just quickly run down. Okay. So yeah, clearly Oscar's leading. Lando had a DNF. Through no fault of his own, his car died the first race. So the gap is now getting to be insurmountable. There's only 9 races to go. There was also McLaren team drama where Lando agreed to have Oscar pit first because it would help him with his fight against Leclerc because he was behind. And then when Lando went to pit after, with the promise that no, we're not going to undercut, you're not going to lose your spot, they got a slow pit stop to the order of 6 seconds. So he ended up well behind Piastri. The team asked them to swap back. Piastri complained a little and agreed. And I just don't like most of the narrative out there was about like, oh, there was a slow pit stop, therefore McLaren asked for them to swap. But the story was more than that. It was that Lando agreed to let Oscar pit first. Because if it was every man for himself, Lando would have just pitted first because it was to his advantage to do that. So Lando gave something and then lost out because of the team for his good deed. And that is why, more than just because there was a slow pit stop, was the reason why they asked them to swap back. And I'm glad Piastri did. It just didn't seem like anyone even clarified that to him. So yeah, I just felt bad about that whole moment. Max won again. Okay, not that he's gonna make it or anything, but Max won again. And they did something to the car and it's feeling good. So who knows, he can win some more. But it's not really gonna get him anywhere. But next year, watch out. Russell, Leclerc, oh my God, the Ferraris had a double DNF on the Netherlands race. I mean, ouch. And who else is the same? Gasly, Lawson, Mr. Troublemaker, apparently, because he caused trouble for Saints as well as Tsunoda. And Mr. Colapinto still not managing any points. All right, there you have it. So our next race is in 2 weeks, and it's Azerbaijan, and then 2 weeks later is Singapore, and they're both standalone. It's not a double header or anything. So I'll probably do another video after the 2 races so that we have more of a chance for some position changes and such. And there was one more thing I wanted to say because it was funny. Right, in guessf1.com, which is the little guessing game that a bunch of us are a part of, it's not big, but it's kind of fun. And if you do want to check it out, but you'll probably want to start at the beginning of the season. But the driver to guess their finishing position was Lance Stroll, and that was in Netherlands. Everyone guessed, most people are around P14, P12, people, all over the place. And then it turned out that he got a DNF. So yeah, so everybody got 0 points, which I think has never happened in Guess F1 before. I think I have that right. It was that weekend, but regardless if it was that weekend or not, everyone guessed something, and the driver got 0, and everybody was wrong. So that was a pointless weekend in Guess F1 as well. Anyways, so until the next race, see you then.